One of my favorite scenes in all of like cinema is the scene where Aunt May is talking to Peter in Spider-Man 2, and she's talking about how I believe that there's a hero in all of us that keeps us kind, that keeps us brave, keeps us honest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not sure how the speech goes completely. I kind of forget. But what I love about that speech is just how she constantly tells Peter about how she believes that there's entirely good in all of us. And it kind of reminds me of people in my life, like my mom who when I've really felt like I just am a horrible person or like, dude, like how can I possibly be a good person? But my mom just has this faith in me that I'm actually a good person. And it really helps me get through the day because so often do I feel so horrible about myself, whether it's my mistakes I've made or just my general self-esteem. But like one of the best things that has helped me is the people who believe in the good in me. And it inspires me to do better because it's like if these people in my life have this much faith in me, how much faith can I place in myself to do better and to live up to those standards or even surpass the standards? Because I really do think I don't think you should try to only be good just, I don't I'm not trying to say be good for the sake of impressing others, but I will say be the good person that people believe you are in the sense that if people have this much faith and I do think that we have some social responsibility to try to live up to that, not out of like, peer pressure as though they're pressuring us to be a good person, but rather because they have so much faith in us that it's like, yeah, no, like my mom, no, my friends believe that I'm a good person and that I'm capable of good. Why don't I try to be the best person? Why don't I speak for myself and stand up for myself and truly believe that I can do good? Because I really do believe that our perspective on things changes so much of how we perceive. Because like when I have like an intrusive thought, which I have a lot, I'm sure I have some kind of illness. Like I know I'm not mentally normal or anything. I think to myself, it's like, okay, I can engage in these negative things. I can say all these horrible things about myself. I can hate myself for the bad things I think, or I could say, okay, it was a bad thought. Whatever. Just move on and carry on. Because if you constantly engage in horrible things that, engage in these negative self talks and say, oh man, I'm just so horrible. And then you just start going down the rabbit hole of hating yourself. It's never going to bring you any peace, which I know is like grass is green. But one of my favorite things, right? And, for some of you non-religious people, I understand. But one of my favorite things from the Bible is like there's some quote, I don't know what book of the Bible, where it talks about focus on things that are true and honorable and worthy of praise, right? And I think even if you're not like a Christian or you don't believe in religion, I do think that there's truth to that phrase in the sense that to focus on things that are good. Because I think if we constantly focus on the negative things in this world or about ourselves, it doesn't grant us any real peace mentally. And I think, yes, I do believe that, of course, there's a time to focus on bad things in the world and fight for social justice and go against evil. But I think oftentimes our day to day life is so easy for us to fall into the trappings of focusing on such the horrible things about ourselves in particular. You know, Focusing on the horrible things in the world, that's something you can't really control because it's like the world is very harsh. It is very bad for a lot of people. But one of the things we very much have power over is our minds itself, like how we perceive ourselves. Because I'm telling you, I know I've said this in other videos, confidence is key. And I'm no master of confidence. Don't get me confused that, yeah, I've cracked the code. I have the strength of a thousand bulls or some nonsense or whatever phrase. My mind is just on the perspective of focusing on trying to love myself the best way I can because it's like if you don't love yourself, man, I don't even think because I feel like a lot of the teachings to love yourself is like, oh, you can't love another until you love yourself. I think that's nonsense. I used to believe that. The more I think about it, it's like really like there are plenty of people who hate themselves that demonstrate love for others and are very self-sacrificial. I would honestly say that a lot of the self-hatred that they feel for themselves actually fuels their love for others because it's like if I can't love myself, I ought to love something. So I don't believe in that. I think I think a lot of the messages we're taught is, oh, love yourself before you love another. I say love yourself for the sake of just doing it, which is common sense because at the end of the day, you are the only person who inherits yourself and is in your body. So try to be the good person others believe yourself. And let's say people don't believe you're a good person. Well, start, and that's hard, right? That's a difficult place to start. Then start learning to believe and speak to yourself, I am a good person, even if you're not, right? Because it's like I feel like if you try to be good, I think you eventually reach it because I think good is a state of action. I think I've read in Meditations from Marcus Aurelius. Pronouncing his name so badly that he described good as though like a fig tree producing its fruit. When you do good, it's not a state of reaching, oh, I'm good, I'm perfect. It's a state of constantly choosing to be good. So even if you believe that you're a bad person, right? Let's say you are, they just constantly try to be better and better. And eventually, I do believe that you'll be able to accept that you are a good person, but you have to constantly try. Because I think good people try. The moment we stop caring about being good or stop believing that we can be good is the moment we fall into indifference and we hurt others and we hurt ourselves. So that's all I leave you. Be the good person people believe you are.